Hello.
Welcome back to another video podcast. This is Misa.
And this is Yuka.
And welcome to the Misa podcast. Welcome to another podcast of this week. It is Valentine's Day month, Yuka.
Valentine's month.
Finally, love is in the air. I always say that, but we're going to be delivering you guys with like another like love relationship kind of episode today. It's going to be very, very fun. But if you are new here, welcome. We are two sisters born in Japan, raised in the States, and on this podcast, we talk about random stuff that we relate to each week and you hope you relate to as well. So before we start off like to the topic, we always have this show and tell thing that we do, and Yuka bought us like really cool like cake.
Yeah, so Misa hasn't seen this cake yet, so I would love to see your reaction. I think this cake was so cute. So I just like had to buy it.
Buy it. Okay, let's see. Let's like start. Oh, this is really cute. Ta-da! Whoa, wow. This is so cute.
I know. It's
the
like
creativity in here.
It kind of melted.
すごい. What is this? Like a strawberry?
This is a strawberry. Look at it. Like, I love the little jewels on it.
Do we see it? Oh my god, so the jewels. Kawaii. And then can you show us like the top part? It's like, green.
It's like the pistachio like shavings.
That's so cute.
It's so cute.
Wow, すごい. Oh, whoa.
It's supposed to be a little mousse.
Oh wow, it's a little mousse. Look at that.
Oishisou.
Oh whoa. The jewels are like a little crunchy. It's like not too sweet.
This is so good.
This is so good.
I always really like this one.
Really good. Thank you. That was so good. All right, so we're back. Woo! Okay, so as you can kind of tell from the topic, we are talking about really like something like kind of personal, but we just thought that, or like Yuka just thought, I'm just like talking for you. Yuka just thought that it would be really nice if like she talked about it and it can like help another person if you are the one to be helped. Just kidding. But yeah. So what is the topic for today, Yuka?
The topic is how I called off my engagement.
Yes. So as if you've been like following, I think it was last year.
Yeah.
Yuka got engaged to a person.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. And then like maybe like some of you guys were like wondering, but you had to go through a really big thing last year, and calling off an engagement is like something that I've never experienced before, and so I want to talk about it, or we want to talk about it, and I think this is like a really interesting topic because like breakups and like those are like negative things, right? Sorry, the cookie. The cookie is killing Misa. Yeah, like these are really negative things, but but by the end of this podcast, we just hope that you might be encouraged, or maybe like think of it in a positive light. Because I was just talking to a friend actually, and I think it's not like a breakup, but she was going through a change in career. And she actually, it wasn't like something that she wanted, but it just happened naturally that she had to find another job, and she was kind of sad about it. But I just thought that even if it's the end is like it's a start of something new, right?
Right.
And so I know it's like very personal, like for anything like career, relationships, health, anything, but it's like a good, positive, it's like a blessing in disguise sometimes.
Right.
So where do you want to start?
Right. Well, I wanted to start with like it was like calling off an engagement was a very interesting experience for me. I think I've never experienced like grieving over someone who's still alive.
Right.
And that was I think the hardest part. So do you know the grieving cycle?
No, I don't. I know you just I know I do. I just Googled it.
There's a grieving cycle.
Right.
And I think the first one is denial.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're in denial of the situation.
Right. So what does grieving mean?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Let's ask.
You grieve over someone who passed away.
Right.
Right. So that is the term for grieving. But let's see the actual definition of what grieving is.
It says to feel intense.
Why are you laughing? It's something serious. Okay.
To feel intense sorrow.
Why are you laughing over the word?
Because I'm like, then what is sorrow?
Then what is sorrow? The feeling of being sorry. What is sorry?
Is it sorrow or is it sorrow?
It's Yuka, this is supposed to be something serious.
I know. Okay. So now to Google sorrow.
Sorrow.
Okay, which is a feeling of deep distress caused by loss, disappointment, or other misfortune suffered by oneself or others.
Yes.
So it's like a deep sadness.
It's a deep sadness because someone you had before,
really
close to you, is gone now.
Yeah.
And you feel that empty void.
Yeah. And it's usually for someone who passed away.
Yes.
But for this time, it was for someone who's still alive.
Right.
But no longer like
close to you.
Close.
So it's kind of like if you kind of relate it to something more, I mean, if you relate it to something closer, maybe it's something. This might be a little trivial, but some, I don't know, like a phone that you loved, or like an item that you loved. You lost it. You lost it on the train, right? It's no longer there with you.
Right.
You experience grief.
Misa.
Okay. Okay.
That's funny. Okay. Yeah. But that is grief, like feeling a deep sense of sadness for someone usually who passed away. But this time for me, it was for someone who was really close to me, still alive. Okay. And so I went through one, denial.
Yes. So let's do like the five steps, right?
The first step is denial of the
Mm-hmm.
situation. And then the second step is anger. And the third step is bargaining, which means like you kind of try to get that person back.
Right.
And then the fourth step is depression. And then the fifth step is acceptance.
So let me just like break down like each one like really quickly so that we know all the words, because these are like vocab words. Denial means like you can't really believe that's happening to you, right?
Right.
You're like in disbelief that, oh my God, why is this happening to me? I can't believe this is my reality.
Yeah.
That is the feeling of denial. Anger is like when you have a lot of like frustration. You can imagine the Inside Out character, the red guy. Inside, you're like, like why is this happening to me?
Yeah.
So that is anger. Bargaining is when you're like, okay, what if like I stayed in the relationship? Like what if he's still there? Like you're kind of imagining maybe a parallel world. Of a person with you. Yeah. Depression is like sadness, like that blue character. You're just like and depression is like a feeling of like a really, really low level of emotion. This is like the lowest level of being sad.
Yeah.
Right? When you say you're sad, again, versus like when you are depressed, it's so different, right? Depressed is like it's like you can imagine I mean, I guess like everyone kind of knows. You can imagine like being in like the pit of maybe the sea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very dark. It's a dark place. And acceptance. This is joy. When you're like, okay, maybe like this was meant to be. You know, you are feeling like this is not the end of the world. And you are ready to get back on your feet and move forward. So these are the 5 stages of grief. And it's so crazy that you went through all 5 of them.
I know. And you actually saw me.
And I saw her. I was there watching live. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was in disbelief, right? That you were so strong about it. Like every time I saw you, you weren't like crying your balls out.
Uh-huh.
But I remember that one night I think you were in the anger phase.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. You were so angry.
Yeah.
Toward the world.
Yeah.
And I remember that time. And I also
What does she remember?
What do I remember with like the great memory I have? The great memory I have. I barely remember what I ate last night. Okay. I remember What do I remember? I remember when she accepted herself. Which is recently.
It's funny.
Yeah. But I clearly remember like the time you were angry. Oh, and when you were bargaining. You're like, I'm just gonna go back.
Yeah.
To the relationship. I'm just gonna ask him if he wants to make it work again.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, like that's an option too. You know? I was in disbelief.
Misa was enjoying herself. Clearly. She was enjoying the drama.
I was like, oh my God. But I actually don't really remember you were depressed. Or like you were really sad. Like you must have been really sad.
Mm-hmm.
But it just kind of felt that you were kind of pushing away the sadness when I like was talking, like when I met up with you every time.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I'm like a very big poker face, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't really show your emotions. You're not like me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I show my emotions very easily.
I think I'm just like really good at hiding it.
Yeah.
Which is a bad trait of mine. But,
right.
But I can do it.
You can do it. You're really... and then acceptance.
Yeah. But first, I want to talk about like denial. Like I was actually in disbelief.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this... I know that like, you know, people call off their engagement, get a divorce, you know, all that thing. But I just never knew that would happen to me.
Right. And I think I see a lot of that recently. I want to talk about like marriage, divorce and stuff because I feel like people who are not married, who are not in a relationship, they all want to get married, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I feel like at one point of your life, you go to all these weddings, right? And then like a few years later, like, you know, some people start, you know, going through divorces.
Mm-hmm.
That's like another cycle too. So, you know, the grass is always greener on the other side, but you just said that. I don't know what
she just wanted to say that. So when people would ask me like, you know, like,
oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember, like, we were at a wedding, our friend's wedding, and they're like, we were all, like, getting, you know, we were in the bathroom that day, and then your friends were like, oh my God, like, didn't you get engaged? And you're like, yeah, and I was like, yeah, don't ask her. She's trying to hide it.
I know. I like felt your like anxiety behind me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like a lot of people kept asking like, oh, when's your wedding? Or like, how's the engagement? What like are you planning your wedding? And I'll be like,
yeah, like how's your engagement? And you're like, yeah, it's going.
It's going. Yeah, I just didn't know how to tell people.
Right.
So because I'm like in disbelief that would actually happen to me. And then, you know, I thought like once you're engaged, it goes like plop, plop, wedding, you know?
Yeah.
But it was like, it never moved a bit. So that was
so
very
interesting
on my take. And then I went through anger. And that part, I was very angry with the universe.
Yeah.
I was like, why is this happening to me? And I was also angry that I let myself not make. I felt like I was conversing with mother a lot.
Right. My mother meaning our mom.
Yes.
Yes, our mom.
Our mom.
Yes. Like background, like story, just just for context. Our mom's like she's from Osaka. she's like a really strong character.
Yeah, she has a strong character. She has like strong beliefs and opinions, and I feel like sometimes our own opinions get washed away.
Yeah, and I think it gets influenced a lot.
Oh yeah. It does. It kind of like merges.
Yeah, amazing mom.
Yeah,
we love mom.
Love her, but sometimes like I feel like I can't make my own decisions.
Right, because you're like, oh, what will mom think?
Or yeah, what would
like whatever she said would be kind of clashing with your right mind. So you can't make decisions in a clean slate.
Yeah. So I was really influenced by her, and I think with this whole engagement decision or calling off the engagement, I was really influenced by her opinions as well. And I felt like I couldn't stand up for myself, and I didn't make my own decision. That's how I felt, and I was so angry at myself. I was angry for the the mom influencer, you know, mom being that influencer. And but what I learned here was that, it's my life. I need to take that responsibility. Whether it was mom at the end of the day that had influenced me, it doesn't matter because I made that choice and I needed to take that responsibility, and I kind of learned it the hard way.
Wow.
I think.
Right. I'm very proud of you, Yuka. Yeah. Because we were talking about because I remember when you were in the anger phase, you weren't taking the responsibility because you're like, why is this happening to me? It's all like mother's fault. I'm never talking to her anymore, blah, blah, blah. But, and I told you it's your responsibility. But it's also I knew that was not the right timing to say. I knew that was not the timing to say that. It's gonna make everything worse. She probably knows, but yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. I cried after that.
Yeah. And I was like, oh yeah, that. Yeah, I should have just sent you an Uber Eats or something. And
yes.
Yeah.
That's true. I'm still on the second step.
Right. This is the second step, anger.
And then she sent me off to crying.
Yes.
And then we went through bargaining where I said, I think I'm gonna go ask him, if we can work this out again.
Yeah.
And I clearly remember when and where I said that to you.
Yes, it was after that YouTube festival.
Yes.
And I was like, oh my God, that is an option too. Right? But what made you get out of that bargaining phase to get into the next phase, which is depression? But what made you not bargain? Because you can stop at that phase and you can go back to that relationship again, right? But what made you stop at that bargaining phase?
I think just an overall reflection of what I wanted, and just reflecting about our relationship and why it didn't work, and kind of understanding that.
Right.
And then putting it into your own words and accepting that kind of led me to get out of that bargaining, because I could have just gotten back, I think. Well, I think it also depends on whether he wanted to get back.
Right.
But I think for me, I was like, well, it didn't. Well, will that make us happy? I really thought about that. Is that what we want our lives to look like?
Right. Because when you love or when you are in love, it's very obvious, but it's not just about you, right? So you kind of have to think about what will make you guys like both happy. And then you kind of, I think you maybe like looked at the overall, like the bigger picture of the relationship.
Yeah, because I think at that point, we were looking at, we have like great qualities. We both have great qualities, but we were both at a stage where we were looking at each other's qualities as negative parts.
That's so interesting.
Really?
Yeah, that's so interesting because like I see your negative parts, right? And like, your friends see your negative parts, but like we don't really magnify on that. Like, I think you are one of the best people on this planet. Like, one of the best persons on this planet, right? But it's so interesting, like, when you are in a relationship and when you are, like, kind of, like, looking towards a future together, you start magnifying on those negative qualities or, like, on those, like, qualities, and then you kind of, like, get really nitpicky. Yeah. And you start to pick at each other. Yeah. Even though you guys are the best people on this planet. Yeah. Right? It's so interesting. Yeah,
I know.
You start to, see each other in a different lens or something.
I know. What is the lens?
I think the lens is you start to think I think when you start to think very selfishly, both of you, both like partner, like both sides want to get the best out of this relationship, right? And like I think when you start thinking like, okay, what is this? Is this person really gonna make me happy? Or like, when you start to think like that, you actually subconsciously put on that lens, and then you start seeing like, oh, this person is not doing that for me, so no, like bad quality, and then I think it magnifies on that.
I think, I don't know. I don't think I had that.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was more of like, I mean, it can be like that selfish aspect, but I thought there's so much at risk with your life. That's how I felt.
Oh, yeah.
Like, because you're spending the rest of your life with this person, and you kind of, you're imagining this life together, but you feel like the lifestyle he has, or the qualities he has, is going to negatively impact that. That's like a risk towards your life.
Right. So I think I guess selfish is like a negative thing, but you're trying to protect yourself.
Yeah.
I think that's it. You're trying to protect yourself because there's so much that you can change, right? So I think you're just I think you put on that lens when you start trying to truly be like, okay, what is going to make me happy? Yeah. Right? Not like how I'm going to make this person happy, but like, am I going to be really happy with this person? And then this is like, this is actually fear.
Yeah, that's true.
It's actually fear because, and then when you fear something, you start, this is like a actual like human nature. Human mechanism. When you fear something, you start to see all the risks, right? Because the fear, fear the purple guy. The purple guy in Inside Out. He starts to he's trying to protect you. Yeah. Right? And so fear's on that in the driver's seat now, and he's like nitpicking at all the things that might cause problems in your life, right? And I think it's fear.
Yeah, that's true. I can see that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
so I guess it's not like selfishness. It's not anxiety. I think it's fear, trying to protect you. Yeah. And it's a good mechanism.
I think finding someone that you're going to spend the rest of your life with, I think a life partner is like, I thought it was like the hardest decision of your life.
Yeah, it is.
Because I think, I mean, you can, at the end of the day, get a divorce, but
that's not what everyone's looking forward to. Yeah. Right? You're not looking for getting married, next it's divorce. No one's looking forward to that.
Yeah, no one has that kind of plan. It just kind of happens. But so you can do that, but I was kind of I was very cautious, I guess. Right. Yeah. And then I went through depression.
Woohoo! Now sadness comes in.
Yeah, where I don't know if you saw me, but I was very dead on my bed.
Yeah, I never saw you.
Yeah, and then during this time, I was experiencing this, he had already left the house.
I was actually very worried during that time.
And I think this situation is something that no one should ever experience, like have to experience. Like, may that never find you.
May that never find you.
But yeah, he had moved out, and so now I have like a huge space,
right,
where the things that used to be there are no longer there.
Right, and it's so obvious to you.
Yeah, and the the background music, or not music, but like sounds that were always there are no longer there.
Mm-hmm.
You come home to
an empty room,
not a greeting. And I thought that was just like, I felt like that was the lowest point of my life. Like, it's so crazy that, I don't know, it's not crazy that I experienced it, but I was just like, I was like, oh my gosh.
Did we talk during that time?
We did. I think we did talk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We did talk.
No, I remember that time, Yuka. I think it was the day he moved out, because I know you moved out later that month.
Yeah.
But like that time when I told you it's your responsibility. I was so mean to her. Should have just Uber. I was like, do you want an Uber Eats? Yeah. Right? And you're like, no. And I think that was also, you were still in the anger phase too.
Right. Okay.
I remember that. But I did just really imagine. I was like, I had to call you.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
call
I called
me.
you.
Yeah. But yeah, I think like depression kind of like is throughout the whole thing.
Right.
Maybe.
But how did you like, I know, maybe sometimes like time is the best solution to potion. Mm-hmm. What is that? Like, are we watching Shrek? Like, time is like the best solution to that. But like, do you think time was the best solution for it? Like, how did you cope with being that low?
I think time was the solution, and the distance.
Right.
Distance, and also I think I moved to an area that I always wanted to live in.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think
it's a trendy place.
Doing that was really helpful for me.
Right.
Whereas if I ended up in a place that I, didn't want to be,
right,
or didn't really feel connection to, I think I would have still been depressed.
Right. I think so. That's true. I think because you also had the choice of staying at that place.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I'm very glad that you didn't make that choice, and your choice to move was so quick.
Yeah.
You were like, okay, this is it.
Yeah.
I would have kind of hesitated, actually.
Really?
Because it's, it's like more, it's just like more money out, right? And sometimes, and it doesn't have to be like that, right? Mm-hmm. But just looking at the whole the whole situation, like, you were very quick to make that change and be like, okay, I'm moving out and I'm going to this neighborhood.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought I would be very depressed if I stayed.
Right.
Because, I would see, it was like a really big house, so I would see like all the things that, the empty space.
Right, the negative space. The negative space. Right, that used to be there.
And I think I kind of shrunk myself to live there. I did like the environment, definitely, of the neighborhood that I used to live in, but it was more of like a family, not very towards the city. It's kind of away from the city.
Yeah.
I like the nature, but that's not where I imagined myself to be. And also the interior of the house, beautiful place, but I've always imagined more of like a
more like trendy,
modern house.
Right.
So I did shrink a little bit to align with, the other person's values.
Right. You kind of like gave up a part of your, like, a little bit.
Or
I don't know if I would say sacrifice, but you kind of like tried to fit into that mold.
Yeah. Like I would have paid a lot more to live in the city, but my partner didn't want to. Like that's
Right.
like not part of his values.
Right.
So we kind of settled to a cheaper area, a cheaper rent.
Right. But like bigger place.
A bigger place.
Right. I remember that like when you guys were like, oh, we're moving to this area, you know, I was like chasing after Yuka. I was like, I need to do this podcast. Like I need to be closer to her. I'm moving out too. I'm coming close to you, you know. Yeah. I also shrank myself and now I'm left in this area.
No, but we love this house.
We love this house. Like, you know, this is where we, you know, met too, right, guys? This is where we all met together. Yeah. But yeah, I remember like I was like, oh yeah, Yuka, I think Yuka wants a better place, but maybe she's okay with this. And I was kind of not in doubt, but I was kind of like questioning Yuka too.
You remember you said...
What did I say? Oh my god, I don't remember all the stuff that I say. It's really bad. It like hurts people's feelings.
You were like, there was never like anything there for you. Nothing came out of that place.
Nothing came out of that place, Yuka. That was the worst choice ever.
That's what you said to me, and I was like, "You're right.
You're right."
I mean, I liked it.
Right.
I liked the environment. It was good, but it wasn't too. If you asked me if that was my ideal, I would say no.
Right.
So, and space is just really important to me.
Right.
I would invest in a living space.
Yeah.
I think that's like
true.
One of my values.
Yeah, that's true. You would invest, like, you would not hesitate to use the money to live in a better place.
Yeah, because I think it's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's part of a lifestyle. So, I would invest in that.
Right. That's true.
So having that was really great for me. And then time really solved a lot of things. I was able to reflect a lot and kind of organize my thoughts.
Right.
And then I came to acceptance.
Okay. Yeah, let's talk about that. Yeah, like I feel like during this, sorry, I'm just going to go back to this like depression phase. I think during this phase, this is like the time when you kind of like, when you're so low, you want to get up so quickly. Right? Mm-hmm. And then sometimes you're like a little hard on yourself. You're like, okay, why can't like, you know, why is that like, you're like, when is this gonna end? And you kind of like start pushing yourself. But I think this time is the time where you can kind of just let yourself go and be like, be really low and be very quiet. Because that's when sometimes, you know, a new inspiration sparks too. Yeah. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. I think this goes with like when you feel like things aren't going your way or something. This is the time when you can be a little, you know, slow and quiet and accept that.
Yeah, it's just a phase.
Right. And
I think knowing that is important, that you'll always like get through it.
Yeah.
One way or the other. Yeah, we'll get through it.
It's like, I'll be there, everyone. I'll be there. I just want to chillax right now. I'll be there. I promise.
Yeah. It's like, you know, you can't always be 100%. So.
Right.
Yeah. And I think another thing that really helped me, I think, you know, we ended on good terms.
Right.
And we used to be friends. So right. Just like originally
you were friends.
And then we dated. And so we were able to kind of get back to becoming friends. With time, you know. Right. And I think this time what was so different was I wasn't blindsided. No one was blindsided. It wasn't like a big slap in the face. It was a slap in the face, but it wasn't a big slap in the face.
Why is that?
What do you mean?
Why weren't you guys blindsided?
Well, because we kind of came to a mutual understanding that this isn't working.
Right. So you guys both came into agreement and like no one was like, why is this happening?
Yeah, no one was like, no,
right?
You know?
Like, don't go.
Yeah,
right.
We were both like,
okay,
yeah, it's a very sad conclusion, but it's not working.
Right, it has to be done.
Yeah. And I think before we hated each other, it was the best decision.
That's true.
To let go and, you know, and let that person find a better love.
Right.
And yeah, that was a really great decision we made together. And then, so because we ended in good terms, I think while the whole this whole phase was really long, it wasn't like a year.
Right.
It didn't take me that long. I think when I was blindsided by my exes, it took me a year.
Interesting.
It took me longer to, like引きずるってなんて
Oh, I know the word. I know the phrase.
Give it to me.
You feel still attached to them?
Yeah, you feel, attachment. Like emotional attachment was still there when I was blindsided because.
Give it to me. Sorry. Let's cut that out.
Because, like, you're like, why are you leaving me? There's no reasoning.
Right.
And that reasoning is not like it doesn't make sense.
Right.
So, but this time it really made sense. And then I went through the whole phase, went through acceptance, and I'm like, okay, I think I am good.
Yeah, I'm good. Like, you have closed a chapter very peacefully.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I can't believe you went through, like, the 5 steps. Like, this is how this is the very first thing that Google, tells you. The 5 steps. Like, yeah, this is the very first thing. Oh, no, it's because, the grief cycle stages.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wanted to share this experience because I feel like when I was in the denial stage, I was kind of thinking about all these social expectations of like when you're engaged, you have to get married. People are going, if you kind of call off your engagement, people are going to ask you all these questions. They're going to judge you. And I was kind of very overwhelmed. And that was before I started watching all these like other content creators make like, oh, like I called off my engagement at 30 or, I saw like some of those like content and I was like,
that.
It really helped me. I think like knowing that, that wasn't the end of the world and
there are other people experiencing the same thing.
was very relieving. So, if you're like experiencing something within like something similar, I think, just forget about all these social expectations. Forget about what people are saying. Like if like whether or not like the people are gonna judge you, it doesn't matter because it's your life. And even though they may say things behind your back, like let them, because they're not the ones that are in control of your life and they're not responsible for your life.
Right.
You are, so.
Right, and that's when she used the let them theory.
Yes, that is when I used the let them theory.
Finally used it.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much for sharing. I think that adds so much value to everyone's lives, right, everyone? And the fact that like there are the 5 steps, right? I didn't know that.
Really?
I didn't know that. Did you know that like when you were going through that, you're like, okay, I am in stage grief, I'm in the depression phase.
No, I always knew of this cycle, but I never knew that I was like going through all of it.
Interesting.
But when I looked back and I'm like, oh, I went through all of it.
And it's true.
Yeah, and it's true.
So. And that is so interesting because that means that you're always gonna, more or less, you're gonna go through that acceptance phase.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be there.
Yeah.
If you're in a different phase right now.
That's true.
Right.
Life is just waves.
Yes. And I think so too because and especially in Japan, I think there is a expectation of when to get married, when to have a boyfriend, when to, get a baby, And it's so interesting to me how people think specifically in Japan about relationships and marriage. And I think that societal, I think, a lot of people are Japanese listeners here too. And I think the societal pressure is so real. I even feel it.
Yeah.
Like
I feel like everyone feels it.
Yeah. Yeah, but when maybe when you travel to a different country, it's really different.
That's true.
Right? Even if you're the same human being on this planet, right?
It might be like a very cultural thing.
Yeah, and cultural things are like things that human beings made. It's not like a natural thing, I think, right? We were just remember we talked about the age expectations, right? Like when to do this, right? That's also something that humans made. It's not something that nature made, right?
Yeah.
So I think like, I think you can't really ignore the societal pressure, but I think we can like calm it down a little bit.
Yeah, we just let them.
Yeah. And I think we just like all need to, I don't know, like I would love to just like remind myself. It's hard to, like just be like, okay, just let them. It's really hard to do that. But I think it's we can all like remind ourselves that is not, maybe like that is not the way I live. And I'm writing a different story for myself.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautifully said.
Yes. So yeah, that's like Yuka's story. Thank you for sharing Yuka's story. I'm gonna get that again. Thank you for sharing your story, Yuka, today. I think it helped a lot of people. Right?
You're welcome.
Yes. So if you like related to that, like if you are going through any like something similar,
like a breakup, or even like you said in the beginning, changing jobs.
Yeah, even changing jobs,
or
like
career,
yes, everything. Maybe we actually go through that cycle, even if it's not a relationship.
Yeah,
right.
That's true.
Because grieving is just not just a relationship. It can be a loss of a career, like anything, right? So yeah, like let us know in the comments below, or like you can DM us on Instagram if you relate to that, and hopefully like we can all get through, and like we can all achieve happy times together, right? Yes, because like happiness is very ephemeral, or happiness is like temporary sometimes, but we have our waves and we have our
waves and nodes.
we have like the ups and
downs.
the ups and downs,
nodes of ups.
Yeah,
and downs.
but I think like through this podcast we can learn how to think during those downs, right? So thank you so much for watching until the very end. I know it was like a long episode, but I hope you guys got something out of it. So I hope you guys are having a great day
and a great life.
I'll see you guys in my next episode. Bye. Thank you so much. Let me know if you have any video requests soon. Bye.